usually have to wait to print them on my printer. I can figure this out. I had to rearrange it yesterday. So, morning, everybody.
Morning.
Um, yeah. Okay. So, according to the Lean Dewan article in 2019 titled Bridge Maintenance, half the bridges in America were built before 1940, and 40% of those are classified as deficient. So over the years, we've all seen the endless construction of our infrastructure. Today, I'd like to address the challenges posed by that aging infrastructure and the potentially severe consequences of neglecting maintenance and rebuilding. So in my research, three fundamental interests emerged. The key sectors affecting our aging infrastructure, the consequences of our aging infrastructure, and the urgent need for investment and modernization. So first, I'd like to address the key sectors affected by infrastructure. The first being transportation, which is constantly dealing with deteriorating roads and bridges. I remember in Texas when we had the best roads in the nation, and unfortunately, lately our streets and highways are littered with hazards, and the state is constantly working and constructing on those roads and bridges, and they just can't seem to keep up. And this is backed by the American Society of Civil Engineers report, the 2021 report card of America's infrastructure, which states that, which gave our roads a letter score of a D, and it states that 20% of our roads are in such poor condition that it's leading to driver safety issues as well as inefficiencies in our system. Note the transportation sector does face numerous challenges. We can't overlook other sectors such as water and energy. As many of our cities currently face rolling blackouts, leaking water pipes contaminating our water sources, and wastewater mistreatment. I found an EPA report to Congress where they were discussing the future needs of our water infrastructure. And they stated that over the next 20 years, America would have to invest $630 billion to take care of the deficiencies in our current system. In our energy sector, I found a North American Reliability Corporation report titled State of Reliability that discusses power plants and transmission lines, stating that they were built decades ago. I mean, maintaining them has become increasingly challenging. So these are the key sectors affected by our aging infrastructure, and now I'd like to talk about the consequences of allowing these to age. So the consequences of our aging infrastructure seems to affect public safety and the environment most often. In the 2010 review by John Bratland, the title was Capital Concepts as Insights into Maintenance and Neglect of the Infrastructure. He states before the 2007 bridge collapse in Minnesota that 80,000 bridges across the United States were in equally deficient shape, meaning they needed to be rebuilt or replaced. The I-35 bridge killed 13 and injured 150 when it collapsed. The economic cost to Minnesota was $100,000 a day over the 2 years that it took to rebuild that bridge. This highlights the significant cost of neglecting maintenance and how it endangers our public. The public safety is crucial. Our aging infrastructure hinders our ability to create a better environment. So recently, as Hurricane Beryl came through Houston, I contacted some friends down there, made sure everything was okay with them. They were telling me that a water treatment plant near their home had a structural failure, and that it had spilled upwards of 100,000 gallons of waste into the creek that is adjacent to their home. This caused ecological and environmental damage, and also caused them to have to boil water due to bacteria levels increasing in their current water supply. In our conversation, they told me that that the city had known about the structural issues for months, and they just hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet, which led me to believe that a lot of our issues are being deferred and pushed back, just aren't getting dealt with. So with all these challenges in mind, substantial investment and modernization efforts are clearly needed. Next, I'd like to discuss the funding challenges of getting money for these infrastructure projects. So as we've discussed, many government agencies are calling for the improvement of our infrastructure. Local and state governments are grappling with tight budgets and competing priorities, and it's just hard for them to set aside the money to do maintenance and upgrade these projects. And when this happens, these projects are deferred, putting public safety and the environment at risk. We must invest in our infrastructure, or we're just going to have bigger problems down the road. And though we still have these challenges getting funding, a lot of our government agencies are looking for ways to create resilience in our infrastructure so that we can extend the lifespan of what we currently have. Technological advancements can bring about a positive change. Innovations like smart sensors and predictive maintenance can find issues before they become critical, allowing this infrastructure to live a little longer. But sustainable solutions are vital. And in the 2019 article by Patricia Culligan, Green Infrastructure and Urban Sustainability, a discussion of recent advances and future challenges based on multi-year observations in New York City, she states that ideas like green infrastructure can create resilience in our water, wastewater systems, allowing them to live longer lives and also curtailing the environmental concerns that we spoke on earlier. So with these challenges in mind, it's crucial to recognize the need for action. So at this time, let's all reflect on the overall implications of our aging infrastructure and what we can do about it. In summary, America's infrastructure has a lot of challenges ahead of it, from dealing with public safety risk to the economic impact to our environmental concerns. But as our nation grows and evolves, we can invest in these modernization efforts to allow this infrastructure to be safe, reliable, and sustainable in the future. So as I close, will we rise to the challenge and address these issues before they become critical, or will we allow our infrastructure to deteriorate further? The choice is ours. Thank you, gentlemen. That's 8 minutes, 30 seconds. That's the fastest I did it. There we go. One more time. I'll let it whack now. A little calmer this time, huh? I'm shaking. So